All right, it's Ruben from TG, and in today's video, I want to share with you the stock that can explode and that it may be giving us a signal that the market might be done moving to the downside. Okay, but before I do that, let's go over my current year-to-date performance, which it was close to, I think, to 77% just a few days ago, probably a few days ago, and now it's down to 73.98%. It's still a spectacular performance. And before I share with you the stock that I think can take me from here to the next high for my year-to-date performance, I want to go over yesterday's losses with you and what I wrote because it's really, really important. When it comes down to keep insanity in this game, you have to really look at the bigger picture. What is the main goal here? Okay. And so I said today was a red day, which I'm talking about yesterday, and that's okay. Today was actually a bad day, not the worst of days, but one where the market took some profits back. The month is still strong overall, but here are the losers I had to cut. So I was an Oscar for a 2% loss on the shares, a 7% loss on the calls, and then NBO calls, I was down 14%, had to cut that one out. And then CMG, which I'm still long in CMG. I re-entered back today, and I'm gonna hold on to this. I have a partial, not a full size yet, but a partial. And so I'm excited for this trade, but I did have to cut it out yesterday at a 9% loss. Okay. Days like this happen where it feels like everything is a loss. But when I zoom out and on my P&L, I'm still sitting at a 70% year-to-date performance. And that perspective is everything, right? So sometimes it can feel like you're losing, like back to back, just like I did here, 1, 2, 3, 4 positions in a row. But when I look back, when I take a step back, and I look at my year-to-date performance, I'm like, wait, it's okay. Like, it's okay. So that's the important thing, right? And you always want to look at that bigger perspective. It's not about what's happening in the day. It's what's going to happen, month over month, year over year, quarter over quarter. All right, my goal as a trader is not to be right all the time. I don't want the stress of feeling like I have to be right on every trade. That's not the game I want to play. The real edge is this. Find opportunities where the risk versus reward ratio is so strong that one winner will make up for multiple losers and then some. That's how I've built a 70 year-to-date performance this year. Losses are part of the game. Winners are what compound the account, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Okay, what's really important about this is this part right here. Find opportunities where the risk versus reward ratio is so strong that one winner will make up for the multiple losers and then some. And so in this video, I want to share with you that one stock that I think is signaling that it may be ready for some more upside. Okay, and that stock is Apple. Okay, I believe Apple has had a huge drawdown here since since its most recent highs, but it's still a strong stock. I'm actually going to put this over here. Okay, and hopefully this works out. So what's going on with Apple here, right? Let's take a look. I want to take a look at. I want to show you the Gactron dashboard for Apple here. It's it's looking good. What I could tell you, okay? It's not 100% confirmation, or at least it hasn't given me full confidence for me to go start a position yet, but I am keeping my eye out for it. Okay, so one thing to note is that today's unusual options, there are some calls as of right now, 3:28 Eastern time, and I see a lot of puts, but these put orders are in green text. That means that they got filled at the bid level. Remember, buyers buy the ask, sellers sell the bid. So to me, this is just a signal that, hey, they're letting go. Sellers or shorters, people that are shorting the stock, they are easing off on the put for Apple. And so for me, and we're not talking about small little trades. We're talking about 4 million, 2 million, 1 million, 1 million, right? And these were expirations that are going out tomorrow. So they're trying to get rid of this as quickly as possible. And for me, this is a bullish signal, hence why it's a green text. Okay, so for me, what this is telling me is like, hey, Apple might be close to finishing from selling off here, actually. And one thing that I'm keeping an eye out are these levels right here on Gactron. So these are the daily levels for Gactron here. And you can see that we're around this 222 area. Let's take a look at the actual stock itself and see where it's at, because I want to do these levels with you right here, right now, so you can take the same trade and then make some money off of this potential insane reversal. Now the market is closed as of right now, so this is coming in. Let's figure out where we are at with Apple. Okay, so first is first, like this tall bar, negative bar, is the first thing that sticks out like a sore thumb. Okay, this is really, really important. What this is telling me is that this first bar, negative bar, is the start of a bearish transition. Okay, because the next three bars are negative to the left hand side. So 222.5, 1, 2, 3. So this makes it what we call inside my Telegram group, which you're more than welcome to join. There'll be a link in the description. We call this the N trans level. Okay. And as of right now, I still have it here as entrance level. So what this is telling me is that if we get below this zone, then it could start becoming more bearish, okay? And what this is telling me is that the next area of support isn't until 200. So that's a huge drop for Apple. Okay, that's about a 22-point drop on Apple. But here's the thing about this specific bar. The Gextron gives you this height in bars, right? And it's telling you how strong this level of support is. More than likely, there's going to be a lot of support here if we get closer and closer to these levels. I think the closest I got to today was about 223.77. Okay, if we get closer, I want to start seeing orders really coming in strong at an aggressive buying. Okay, so I'm just keeping my eye out. That's one thing. Very, very strong level of support. And we haven't touched it yet, but we are around that zone. And so for me, that's good. And the other thing that I see here is that as Apple is coming down, volume is also dropping, which is really, really good. That means that sellers are more than likely getting exhausted by this point. Now, it's more than possible, because tomorrow will be Friday, August 22nd, and Jay Powell can come in really hawkish, and that can reignite the sellers and really take down Apple all the way back down to 200, maybe 210. But if it is dovish and orders are starting to come in, 222.5 can be a great point to start building a position again. Okay, we initially took it on the first round around this 200 all the way close to 230, and we sold here. It went a little bit higher, and now it's pulling back. And so what I would like to do for this is just see how this reacts. Now, just like I said, there's N-trans level, we have P-trans level. P-trans is just the opposite of N-trans. It's the start of a bullish transition for Apple. We are still very call dominated for Apple. It's very bullish still on the sentiment, okay? But there is a small drawback as of right now. Now, it says here, now P-trans is the first positive bar, and the next three bars to the right must be positive. And you can see here that this one, 1, 2, 3 they're already there. So the first positive bar is P-trans level. So that's 230. And I think I have that level marked just like that. Perfect. So how I plan to enter this position while this data remains as it is. Unless this data changes, I will not get into this position, which again, that's the wonderful thing about Gextron, because it's always updating as the market's going by. So it's never static, it's dynamic all the time. So what I'm planning on doing is that I'm going to be watching this zone right here. Okay, and I will be paying attention to what happens with the Jackson Hole thing. If we can get a strong bounce here, I will start another leap position on Apple. Probably the same ones that we originally got, which were back in, I believe in September. I believe in September contracts. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I believe I got September contracts, Apple's at 230. I believe it was September of next year. So it is a leap contract, but it gives me enough time, because then my price target would be the end of the year target, which I originally have as 240.12. Okay. Now it doesn't mean that I can't go any higher, but now it's time to evaluate. Like I said before in my original post earlier, if we go to this post, it's all about risk versus reward ratio. It has to be strong. Okay. And from here to here, okay, if we do get this gift, because that's what I would call it, a gift. If we can get this gift right here, let's say that we start right there, something like that, right? We have about a 6 risk reward ratio, which is still very strong. I tell everybody in the group, inside my group, gets a minimum of 3. The trading setups that I alert, it's a minimum of 3. We care about great risk versus reward ratio, okay? And so this is clearly a 6.29, which makes it a wonderful trade to take. Now, it's very, very possible, because I do have this extra line here that I did mark, I believe, last week. 262.07. This was the new end of the year target when we were around the all-time highs. It's possible that we can get there by the end of the year or by January, because typically around January all the way to Q1, Apple has a very strong quarter. They will have, like, the next 2 quarters are going to be extremely strong. So it's very possible that we hit this level. And if you take a look, if you just zoom out, that would be an all-time new high. Okay. So then Apple would hit its all-time new high, and they would finally have caught up with the rest of the mega caps that pretty much reached all-time new highs. See? So 260.10, the new all-time high would be 262.07. So this is very possible. It's very, I'm going to say it's low probability at the moment, unless the news tomorrow is super dovish, the market goes crazy, and we go back into rally mode, which is very, very possible in this market. But my main target is going to be this one, 240.12. And by the time it hits 240.12, I will be selling majority of my position, whether it's either shares and or calls. And then I will just let runners run and then just make extra cash from that. But that's it. That's the game plan. But it really depends on this entrance level. What happens here is going to be really important. And so if I were you, I would pay attention what price does here, and then look at volume as well too. Okay. As long as this level holds, then I will start a position. If it doesn't hold by the end of the day, then I will not start a position. It's just that simple. And overall, the stock of Apple is a great company. Historically, November and December and going into January are pretty strong months for Apple, because of the end of the year and all the new sales, and they just have strong quarters with their sales. So if it does get lower to even 200, 210, that is a gift. And then I will reevaluate this, recalculate the end of the year target, and then also the quarterly expected move. But that's the game plan. This stock is not one that you want to miss, because it will give you a gift by the end of the year. Guaranteed. I'm pretty confident about that. And that's it. So if you want to trade with me and my team, and you want to know when we get in and stay up to date with the levels during market hours, I'll put a couple of links in the description there. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I will get back to you, and I'll answer them in the next video. I'll see you next time. Peace.